to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to The Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
Yeah, it's the Changing Stage radio show powered by the mighty Enter Talk Radio Network, the worldwide leader in music business talk. And we are at a special broadcast today. And this is a special day because we've got an amazing talent here in town. We are at the grand showroom of Pitbull Audio in National City, which is a little south of San Diego, right before you hit the border. And we are down here with all this great gear. We've got Shane and all the crew here are making it happen. We're getting ready for a very special event with an incredible talent. We have Quirin. Is that correct, sir?
Close enough.
Okay.
Quirin.
Quirin. I'm going to get that right, man, because I butchered it with the Americanized version of it.
Everybody does. You know what my full first name is?
I do not, sir.
It's Sinhue. It's pronounced Sinue.
Sinue?
Sinue.
Sinue.
Sinue Quirin.
Quirin.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Well, hey, if the name is very well known, and you're also part of a very well known band, Ministry.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm feeling a little nervous, though. I don't have my passport on me. We're like a little too close to the border. I didn't know we were this far south. So.
Yeah, man. They need your passport. They need they need all that stuff over there now. It used to be so much easier to go over there, but it's not quite the same anymore.
No.
But hey, man, you're a well-known rock star, brother. So they'll know. They'll know it's all about that.
Why? Thank you.
So Sin, you are here to do an amazing clinic here, starting at 3:00. Is that correct?
Yeah, here doing a Blackstar amplifier clinic, and I've been doing them now for a few months. A couple weeks ago, I did a little sort of. This actually will be the last of my Southern California run. I did.
Man, that's sad. But we were all over the world, so.
Oh, awesome! Yeah. I did. What did I do? I did Ontario. I did Torrance.
Okay.
And Canoga Park.
Okay.
Like a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
And this will be the last one probably that I'll do in the States this year, because starting next week, I go off with Ministry to the Midwest to do about 3 shows.
Yeah.
And then I come back for a week, and then we go to Europe till the end of August, and then I just have Ministry stuff to do for the rest of the year pretty much.
Wow. Then people get a chance to see the band, as well as come out and experience the myth, the drive that you have. So you know what I like to do in this first segment is just pretty much start off where it all started off, man. How did you get that bug? When did you start playing music, and what was the inspirations behind all that?
I got the bug in 1976 when I first heard Kiss Alive.
Okay.
I was like 6 years old, something like that.
Ace lives here in town.
I know he lives in San Diego, man.
Oh, there we go. So Ace, if you're listening, which I've heard he's listened to our network. I don't know if he's listened to my personal show.
Ace, come down, please.
He's not that far from what
that's what I heard. So that was when I first. Literally, my older cousin, who's about 5 years older than me, brought over Kiss Alive.
Okay.
And he showed me the record, and if you remember, that it's a double live album, I was just staring at that album cover, and I remember asking him, I was like, "Are these guys superheroes, or are they like?" I didn't know what they were, and he's like, "No, they're a band," and he put the record on, and he dropped the needle, and as soon as I heard the first chords in Deuce, I was just hooked.
That was it.
That was honestly it. And I remember, it came with this like picture booklet inside, and I was just, my mind was blown, and I was just, asking him, who's this? And he's like, oh, it's Ace. And then when it came time for his solos, I was like, is that Ace? And he's like, yeah. And I remember telling him, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. And honestly, that's been my focus this whole time. But that's when I got the first, initial bug. I was about 6. We couldn't really afford a guitar till I was about 9, almost 10. and I got my first guitar then.
Now, where was that at? Were you here?
That was here. Yeah. I was born in East Los Angeles.
East Los.
East
All right,
Los.
man.
Yeah. I was born in Boyle Heights, and but my parents are Mexican. My parents both born in Mexico, and my dad was a singer in Mexico in the 60s.
All right.
Yeah, he had this one band. They were called Los Summers, and they released one record. They had like a hit single.
So you're like the metal version of Selena.
Sort of. Something like that. Yeah, like Sin Lena's. And so, I think, honestly, it was in my blood.
Yeah.
He never pushed it on me. It was never pushed on me. It was something that it came from me.
Yeah.
And, I started playing about 9-10 years old and got my first guitar over at the Santa Fe Spring swap meet for like $20 with an amplifier. It was a Del Rey, which I still have.
It's probably worth some chunk of money because I remember I remember those guitars from like you buy at Sears.
Absolutely,
you see them like for $400 or $500 now. You buy it for $20
I still have it. It's in the same condition. The action on the guitar was about 6 inches off the neck, so like it made my hand really strong, really young.
Yeah.
And then from that guitar, about a year later, I got, which is my pride and joy, is 1980 Gibson Silverburst Les Paul Custom, which I still have, and
nice.
that like
You're
that
a smart
never.
man, because I was stupid. I sold a lot of my gears. Like I want the newest stuff, man. And
No, I have that. I mean, I have like 5 guitars that just never leave L.A. And that's, I mean, my Gibson Les Paul Custom, and then I have...
remember that, kids. Keep your guitars.
Absolutely. Well, and also on the back of every Kiss record was, Kiss uses Gibson guitars because they want the best. So to me, that was like, that's the holy grail.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it, man. And grew up like in over on Fletcher Avenue in Atwater, and then moved to Burbank.
I used to live over there. That's
really?
Crazy. Yeah.
I used to live right on... Fletcher like Avenue School. I was right across the street from that in those apartments.
I know where that's at. I used to live. Oh, what the heck was those apartments now? It's been so. I lived in Atwater and Glendale.
Yeah.
What year did you live over there?
75, 76 till we moved to Atwater. I was on Fletcher about 74, 75, and then we moved to Atwater about late 75.
That's all I got to tell you, man.
Yeah. Well, that was Vince's Market over in Atwater, which is right two houses away from our house.
Okay.
Because I went to Atwater Avenue School, and then about 7th grade, 82, we moved to Burbank.
Okay.
Yeah.
I came in. I was there about 86, 87. I was going to UCLA, and my family lived over. All my family lived in Atwater. So, I came from Sacramento, but my sister, I should say. But wow, that's you never know.
So you grew up with Sasha Grey.
Yeah, right. Sure. Is
that a different segment of the show that we talked about that?
That's a different segment. She was hanging out with Charmaine Starr. So
there you go.
Yeah. Well, actually, Charmaine was from Stockton.
Yeah, man, I got you.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that, man. Everybody's like, what the hell are they talking about? You got to be corrupted in the mind.
Yeah, I'll save that for the later segment.
Yeah, the later segments. That's rock and roll. That's rock and roll at its finest, folks. So that's so cool, man. Like I said, it's funny when you meet people and how connected we could have run into each other before, like down there. But so you got that bug. You've been driving. You got your Les Pauls, and when did you start feeling that that this was that defining moment that you were going to that next level?
When I was 6. No, honestly, man, I had blinders, man. It was. I'm not exaggerating. From that time I heard that record, I was focused on making this happen. I took basic guitar lessons at about 10, and for maybe 6 months, 8 months, where I learned how to read and all the basics and stuff like that. And then we moved to Burbank, and I took a handful of lessons while I was in Burbank from this guy named Chet Thompson, who was one of Randy Rhoads' star students.
Okay.
And that guy was just insane on the guitar, and he would make me just want to sell my gear every time I saw him play. And
isn't that rough when you
this
have
guy
these players?
This guy's unbelievable. So I took a handful of lessons from him, and then pretty much just on my own. And so all through, junior high, the first time I played in front of an actual audience was at my 8th grade talent show.
Yeah.
And, man, they're defining moments that you don't really think about, you know what I mean, until you look back. But I was like, when we moved to Burbank, I was like one of maybe 5 Hispanic kids at the time in Burbank.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really I wasn't a popular kid, and I didn't have a lot of friends. Kind of a loner.
Yeah, it was a different kind of crowd. Yeah, I know Burbank.
Yeah,
like I said,
especially back then, man. And nobody wanted to hang out with me and stuff, And then I remember playing the talent show, and I remember walking down my hall, the hall into my locker and stuff, and kids just whatever, yelling names at me, whatever. And then the day after the talent show, everybody wanted to be my friend, and everybody just all of a sudden wanted to hang out with me. And so I just saw how me doing this just kind of changes how people look at you and how they treat you and stuff like that. And I never forgot that. I still carry that around with me, know. But it was, I knew that this was going to be what I was going to do in some form. I didn't know how far I was going to be able to take it. But I knew that this is like my passion. So,
awesome.
Started to do the local LA club scene at 18, 19, did all the Gazaris and Roxy and Whiskey and Trube and all that stuff.
That was the time too that when the club was so vibrant.
That was, it was, it was an awesome scene back then. Yeah. But it went from talent shows to backyard parties out in West Covina and stuff like that, to the Whiskey and all the Hollywood scene and stuff like that.
Big jump. We're about ready to close off this segment. It goes quick, huh, man?
Yeah.
So
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
We have to keep it clean, right?
We are internet based worldwide, so whatever you feel like. We were talking about some lovely ladies from a certain type of industry, so it's all good. But so people know how to find out about you. What's your URLs?
You go to ministry, all the ministry social media stuff, and then on the ministry stuff, you can look me up, Sin, Quirin. There's a sinquirin.com or website.
Cool.
Yeah.
Keep that thought. We're going to come back here in the next segment talking a bit more about the history. This has been the Changing Stage Radio Show. Be right back.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to record on a Grammy award-winning album? Have you ever wondered what it's like to play in front of a stadium crowd? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on a world tour? I'm Jackie Bertoni, and I've played with the who's who in the music industry, and I've toured the world. Come join my world, Behind the Velvet Rope, and get into the groove on Jackie's Groove. Live 2 p.m. Mondays and available 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas, and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now, with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element, affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs. Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Has your business been appified? Are you tired of doing marketing that doesn't deliver results? Mobile apps build loyalty and quality retention. Your app from UPG Mobile puts your business on their mind. and at their fingertips. UPG Mobile will give you a custom app highlighting how you are unique, targeting your message, and improving your open rates. Amplify your business and amplify your presence with your customers at upgmobilemarketinggroup.com.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to the Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
Alrighty. This is the second segment of the Changing Stage radio show on the mighty Intertalk Radio Network, the worldwide leader in music business talk, and we are talking some serious music business with Quirin. I gotta get that right, man. Quirin.
Just think like Quirin.
Okay, there we go. I butcher everybody's names, man. That's kind of my shtick
right,
sometimes too. Just like
you just call me Sin.
Sin.
Yeah.
Amazing guitar player, inspired by Ace Frehley early on. In fact,
Frehley.
Is it? Yeah, there we go. I can't even get his name right. But you guys didn't get a chance to see it. But when we do the video, you got to hold it up, man. The sweatband on your wrist.
Is it
There we
being
go.
videoed?
Yeah, right. We got all kinds of video. You can get the video there too.
Cool.
So we'll have that up on the website here soon. We're here at the awesomely awesome Pitbull Audio. They just, one of their taglines is they just want you to play it loud. And today, that's what's going to happen, right? 3 o'clock.
I might be sorry they said
that. 3 o'clock. You guys got to come down here. We've got the Blackstar Amplification here, 410, and that's like light for you, right?
Yeah, we usually do. I mean, at the very least, a full stack each, and there's 3 of us playing guitar on stage with Ministry. And this is the 100-watt. We use the 200-watt.
Okay.
On stage, so we're pretty loud.
We got a nice size showroom here, but it's nowhere near what
it's
you
a cool
guys
store, man.
Yeah,
it's my first time here. Very nice.
Yeah, they do it right here, man. Honestly, the guys here are just awesome. I'm not going to name any names of stores, but all the employees here know their gear.
Cool.
They know they can talk backwards and forwards about cool. your amp. In fact,
awesome.
Tell me a little bit.
I might have them do that.
Yeah, right. You get the boys up here. Tell us, you've got like a signature amp, right, coming up?
No, I have a signature guitar.
Guitar, okay.
Yeah. I have a signature series Schecter Flying V guitar.
Okay.
That came out in 2015.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Those guys are great. I used to have a Schecter bass. I'm a bass player.
Oh, awesome.
So, speaking of guys from Blackstar, there's Lauren walking through the door.
Oh, look at that.
Guilty. He was on the show in Nashville with us over at
he told me.
Show. Yeah, so we had a good time. And
did he talk about Sasha Grey?
He did not talk about Sasha Grey, although he probably wanted to. We only had 12 minutes, man. So, but he was telling me about the amp. Tell me, you this amazing piece of gear. Tell me about it.
The first time I one of our guitar players that passed away, Mike Scascia, was the guy that turned me on to Blackstar years ago. He was talking about this amplifier line, and there's so many that we played, and we were just kind of like, whatever. And another buddy of mine, Tony Ailman, was another guy that turned me on to it. And I finally I reached out to Blackstar and got a hold of Lauren, and he had me go over.
And Lauren's a rocker too, man.
He is.
He's a rocker. He knows what to do when it comes down to legit. Guitars.
And so I went over and just plugged into a bunch of amps, and I was just like blown away right away. And I started playing just some Ministry riffs, and there's a certain sound that we know.
You need that ballsy kind of kick you in the gut, just rip your heart out kind of sound.
And it's a tough sound for me to describe because all of my distortion and all the power comes from the amplifier for us. We don't use any like distortion pedals or anything like that. So we need to have that right from the head, and that's exactly what these things gave us. And their clean channels sound great.
Well, that's
they're
one
very
thing too.
versatile amps. It's not just a metal thing, but for us, obviously, we need that. So
when we were at the NAMM show, that was the one thing I really appreciated about the amps is that you can play sweet. Like light jazz with the amps, but you can drive it as heavy as you want as any other amp. Yeah. So it takes on any of the other types of amps. So that's really powerful, and I can appreciate that. Now, what are some of the key features that that drove you besides the distortion? Obviously, that comes out naturally.
To us, it's the tone. The Ministry has a certain sound and a certain tone. Just the way these tubes sound are amazing, man. And I was going into like these classic Ministry riffs when I first got together with Lauren, and we were screwing around with different heads and stuff. And
did you go to the factory to do that?
No, I went to. We were over at a Lauren's studio or something. Okay. Is that where we were, Lauren? Like we're in a studio or something?
You got to shout loud, Lauren.
Yeah, it was like a rehearsal spot where you had a whole bunch of amps there for me to try out and stuff. And man, it's just it's just the tone. That tone's there, and I've been approached by many different amp lines, and
you can imagine
just wasn't there, man.
Anybody who's lucky to
just wasn't there.
Lucky to have
we went to a bunch of factories and tried a bunch of different heads, and it just the tone wasn't there. And for us, we don't use a lot of effects. We don't there's not a lot of processing that goes through. It's pretty like plug your guitar right into the amp, and it's got to have that.
And you want that so that it has the right breakup.
Exactly.
The right flavor, that edge that you guys have.
Yeah.
Now, do you find that you wish you can go back and record some of that stuff that you guys done before with these amps?
I do. Yeah, absolutely. I wish I could go back and record everything I've ever done with these amps.
They all sound great, but sometimes I've done that with playing bass. You'll play and like, man, I wish I would have had this bass back then.
Yeah,
so I definitely, I definitely can understand that. Now, with that said, do you find you guys do a lot of direct to the PA, or do you guys do a lot of miking of the amps?
No, we still mic.
Okay,
we still mic. Al's very old school, and we don't. We have to have our amplifiers. We have, like I said, at least full stacks. We have side fills. We have monitors. We all of us up front at least don't even do in-ears or anything.
Oh,
we're still old school. It's tough when we play festivals sometimes, but we're still very old school as far as that goes.
And you don't look it, man. You look like you're still your 20s, rocking it up, man.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Well, hey, man, the music keeps you young, right?
I guess that's what it is. Yeah, it must be. But I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. I never have in my life. I've never.
Hey,
touched
man, I'm with you,
anything.
brother. No pound on that, man.
Nothing. I've never had a beer. Nothing.
Yeah.
So.
And it's kind of amazing that a lot of the people, like we had Michelangelo Battio on a while back, about a year or so ago. Same thing, man.
Really?
I think one of the big things. In fact, I'll ask you this: who were some of your influences, and then I'll kind of tell you what his response was.
Like in music?
Yeah.
Kiss. I mean,
Kiss,
Kiss was. I was obsessed with Kiss when I was a kid. Like obsessed.
Total.
I used to get pissed at my cousin if he listened to any other band. Like that's how crazy I was, And then like as I got a little bit older, I would listen to Gene. Do a lot of interviews and stuff like that. And I don't know. I kind of dug where he was at and how, at first he didn't really say that he was totally clean. But then later on it would come out, that he was. And I was like, wow, that I totally get that.
Yeah, he's a total businessman. Smart man. Smart man.
And that's sort of, my biggest influence, would have to be my mom, not in the music business, but as far as musicians, it was probably maybe Gene. I seem to go towards the guys that were business, oriented and
business minded as well.
Yeah, and sort of clean and
that's
kind of tough in our business. But
it is, but you know what though, it's becoming more and more the
I think
norm,
so,
because it has to be, because you're not going to get. You don't have some. I don't know if you watched that TV show Vinyl, where you had your business, your record labels.
Yeah.
You had the record label executives that took care of everything for everybody.
Yeah.
They kept you, on edge so that they can control the environment.
Yeah.
That's not the case anymore. You got to control. You got to be like a plumber, where you have your craft, but you also have your business down too.
I agree. I agree.
So,
yeah.
But you sounds like you started off that way, which has some good influences on that.
Yeah. The early influence, obviously, my parents.
Yeah.
I believe it starts at home, and then musically, I was too obsessed with Kiss, so I listened to everything those guys would say, and I didn't actually up until a few years ago, not a lot of people knew that I was totally clean, like outside of my close circle, because early on when I would say that around people, they would almost like look down on me, or like, you know,
that's not rock and roll.
Yeah,
It's
that's
sex,
exactly
drugs,
what I
and
would
rock
get.
and roll, yeah.
I would get like, oh, dude, you're not a real. Not that I've ever called myself a rock star, but like people would be like,
We'll
oh, you're
call you
not.
a rock star.
They're like, you know, people would be like, oh, you're not a real rock star. Like, so I started to get that kind of crap. So I just stopped saying it. I just stopped saying anything. Up until a few years ago, I just like, you know what? I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm at the point where I don't care.
Here's the best line that we got. We had Greg Allman on, and you know, I was like, "What's your advice to the young kids?" And he's like, "Well, Florentino, let me tell you, I tell these kids, don't drink and do drugs. Don't drink and do drugs. It's bad for you. I did it. It's bad for you. Very bad for you." Now, I'm not talking about God's green weed. I just started busting up. I was cracking.
Yeah.
So,
I'm good like that.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never smoked anything.
Hey, same with me, man. I've never, you know, people, you know, I guess, you know, there was a time during when we coming out of the 70s, 60s, 70s, where that was like, you know, prevalent through everything. I looked at it as that's my way of being the rebellious youth. Everyone else is smoking, doing drugs, you know, getting stupid. I'm going to be that guy that's not. So I'm with you, man.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I still remember like the first time, you know, like being 12, 13 years old and jamming with like my little garage bands and stuff. The first time like I actually saw like a bong, and I had no idea what it was. And they're like, the guys were like passing it around, and I was just like, I just passed it to the next guy. Like I didn't know what it was, but I saw how it changed them a little bit, and it just, I don't know, it never interested me
It's
at
a
all.
testament to your life and career
know.
in this business, man. That's why you keep rocking it so hard.
Yeah.
We got about 30 seconds left, maybe about 20 seconds left 10 seconds left. I'm getting the cues here
5,
from our
4,
producer,
3.
you know, Paul Berezetsky. You know, we are, you know, we're going to be coming down to that. There's the music. That's what we listen for here. This has been the Changing Stage radio show powered by the mighty Intertalk Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in music business talk. And we're talking some serious music business with Sim, my now good friend here, and find out that we were neighbors at one point in life, and really cool stuff. We're talking Ace Frehley, Kiss, and of course Ministry and Blackstar amps at Pitbull Audio in National City. Stay tuned. We're going to be back with another
Hey,
segment.
it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to record on a Grammy award-winning album? Have you ever wondered what it's like to play in front of a stadium crowd? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on a world tour? I'm Jackie Bertoni, and I've played with the who's who in the music industry, and I've toured the world. Come join my world, behind the velvet rope, and get into the groove on Jackie's Groove. Live 2 p.m. Mondays and available 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas, and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now, with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element, affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs. Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to the Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
Wow, it's going so fast. This is the Changing Stage radio show powered by the mighty EnterTalk Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in internet talk radio. I want to give a shout out to our folks who made the app over there, UPG. They've made our app. So go online, folks. Take a look at this. They did a great job, and I really appreciate those guys at UPG Mobile. You can get it on Android and iPhone. Of course, all of our shows. I want to kind of let everybody know that we've got so many amazing shows on EnterTalk Radio Network. Jackie Bertoni's been blowing up my phone. He definitely wanted to tune in on the show. If he wasn't doing a session today, he would actually be here doing an interview with you.
Cool.
But he's a busy man. He still keeps a double life. Although we're trying to keep getting him away from playing and getting more and more radio stuff. We keep giving him more hours because he's got such an amazing show. J.R. Robinson, who's he's, as drummers go, he's the most recorded drummer in history. He played on everything from Thriller to Billie Jean to Steve Winwood stuff, and he just keeps on going. He has a show, Vinyl Nights, and Jackie's Groove. Girls Talk Rock, we got a show about ladies who talk rock, and those are all Wednesday. Jackie at 12 p.m., and then of course JR Vinyl Nights at 2, and then Girls Talk Rock, it comes in at around
What's Girls Talk Rock?
Yeah, Girls Talk. It's all about women in the music business.
Oh, okay.
So
it's hosted by
two ladies that are amazing, Tracy and Beth. They do a great job at
Tracy Lords.
We're on that theme here, Tracy. Again, you got the retired ones, man.
Hey, I'm old, man.
If you go back to Caro Dota over in San Francisco, man, I'm a wonder. That goes way back to the 60s, 70s.
Yeah, I think I go back to probably like the Christy Canyons and the what was that the blonde Ginger Lynn and like all those classics. Anyways, sorry guys. Lauren wanted me to mention all these people. So.
Okay. Lauren's alternate career is what we're talking about.
He's like, dude. I'm not going to be up there, so you got to mention these people.
Rock and roll, brother. Rock and roll. So that
man is very rock and roll over there.
He is, man. I've become the Lauren fan. I've been watching. We put up his post and for that, and I was looking at some of the pictures so that we wanted to grab. So I had to get the rock and roll picture from him, the little Blackstar out there. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, we've got some great shows and so many more. We've got Sound Experience with Tim Dolbear, and so I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to everybody because I'm just appreciate all of our crew there that's making this happen, and and the musicians that are out in the field. And we were just talking a bit about the industry and how that's playing out now. What do you think? Where is this at? You guys have been doing this for a while, and you continue to be strong, man. How does that happen? How do you I wouldn't say reinvent because you guys have been consistent with your sound flavor, but how do you stay as relevant as you guys are for so long?
I mean, I think for us, what's worked. I've been in the band now for going on 10 years, but the band's been around since the early 80s.
Yeah.
So I think what's kept the Ministry brand and name going and strong is that we actually don't really tour as often. We're not out there as much. Like, some bands you see every year.
Yeah, they're almost like a local club band.
Yeah. It's like they're constantly out.
But they're a name, but they're always in your area, yeah.
We tour, we did a world tour last year. This year we're doing Europe this summer, and then we're doing some fly dates throughout the States, but that's pretty much it. Next year it's probably just going to be releasing albums.
Okay.
And then maybe 2018 we'll go back out again. So I think that kind of leaves people, hanging and wanting, to come out and check us out. So, because when we play, the places are packed and they're big places, and it's been consistent. for all these years.
Yeah, no, I just I've been amazed at the longevity and the career relevancy. There's only a handful of bands that can pull that off, man. You guys are definitely in that list. So what are some of the new things you guys that people can expect?
Well, we have a new drummer and a new bass player. Our new drummer, Roy Mayorga, plays with the band called Stone Sour.
Okay.
And then our bass player, Jason Christopher, plays in a band called Prong, and he's also been in Stone Sour.
Okay.
So those two new cats just came in. Their debut show is next Friday. We're playing Chicago Open Air Festival at Toyota Park with Rammstein and Chevelle and Meshuggah.
Oh, man.
It's like a 30,000 seater that I think is already sold out.
That is
So that's
awesome.
next Friday.
See, I love to hear that, man. You don't see that as often anymore. You see a lot of mid-level dates, and you don't see
it's huge, man.
That's
perfect.
perfect.
That's their first show. I mean, these guys are pros. So
It's not like they're.
But it's that's the first show with this current lineup. So we have next Friday Chicago Open Air. Next Saturday, we're doing a festival in Minneapolis with Mushroom Head and a bunch of other bands, and then Sunday, Cleveland at the Agora Ballroom with Helmet.
Okay.
And OTEP, and then we're back home for about a week, and then we go to Europe for about a month.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a smart way to approach it. Like you said, don't oversaturate yourself.
Yeah.
Give people a reason to want to come out. Make every show an event.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like today. There's going to be a big event. We're expecting some good crowds out here.
Cool.
Obviously, we try not to make it too crazy during the radio interviews because, you get a lot of random folks yelling and screaming. We did a little bit of publicity for that, but mostly we promoted the clinic. So that's how we try to do these. And, definitely appreciate you coming out early for this, man.
Sure, man. My pleasure.
This is awesome. And, like I said, you get to learn about people and realize that this is a small industry. This is my suggestion to everybody, I think you would co-sign it, is make sure you treat everybody right. Make sure you don't step on any toes, because you never know who you
see them on the way up, and then see them on the way down.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, just be cool with everybody, man. You can't. There's no reason to have an ego or attitude with anyone when you're at any point in your career, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I've always approached it, and how I've always treated everybody.
Yep.
Because you never know what happens, and this is always it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And you always end up seeing people again. So
yeah.
Too many people get caught up in their own hype, and they start to believe their own hype and think that they're above everyone else, and start to treat people like that. And then you see them on the way down, and then they're like, and all of a sudden they want to be cool to you again.
And then why am I not the big big whatever? And
there's no need for that,
because you're the big asshole.
There's no need for that. I mean, I'm no different than you or you. Like, I just I love music, and I happen to be lucky enough to have to end up in a band that I always looked up to and admired.
And play Blackstar.
But it can happen. And play Blackstar.
In fact, Paul is he just bought one of those little tiny practice.
The Flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got the Fly a little better. Yeah. It's really cool.
Killer amp, right?
Yeah, it is.
Sounds really good. Yeah, we actually take those on the road. We rehearse with those. We take them like in the dressing rooms and or hotel rooms or whatever on the bus, and they sound really good.
Yeah.
I was impressed when he brought it in, because he randomly bought it. He went to, what was it, Qigong deal that you did?
Yeah.
his instructor's like, I know you're a guitar player. You want to buy one of these from me?
Nice.
Well, he wanted to jam with me. We actually jammed with a couple of these. He had that and a little bass one too.
Yeah.
And I really liked it, and I bought it from him.
Yeah, they're cool. You got that cool little delay on
there.
Yeah,
the delay's nice.
Awesome.
They get pretty heavy. The cleans are nice. It's very versatile for like six AA batteries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
very cool.
I don't think I've changed my batteries yet, Lauren.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's lasting. Me
since
too.
I got it from you, like a year ago or something. Yeah, I still have the same batteries in there.
Yeah. We were doing a jam session at a friend's house and brought that thing out. It's a fun piece of gear, and like I say, it's really it's about collaboration. And I want to encourage all the listeners that are there, just make music with other people. Do that, make that happen, and all that fun stuff. So speaking along those lines, your brothers in ministry, you guys are doing some, planning to do another album or two here in the very near future. Do you guys already have that kind of architected, or are you starting to put those?
I'm just starting to do that.
Are you? Apologize for not knowing this. Are you the main writer, or
music? For the music, I do like about 75% of the music. Sometimes 100%, but But yeah, the next album that we're going to start writing is for one of the side bands.
Okay.
Which is called RevCo.
Okay. You guys are kind of like Parliament that way. You remember Parliament
Of course.
and you had the Brides of Funkenstein and all those groups.
Yeah, yeah.
Roger Troutman came out of that crew.
Yeah. So that's the next record that I have to start working on. And then after that record, we start a new Ministry album. So this is going to be like I'll start doing this. I'll go into pre-production, like writing pre-production mode, like September, October, November, like right around there.
What do you think the sound is going to be? Like? What are you aiming towards?
it ultimately it comes down to Al and what the direction he wants. But in the talks that we've had so far, we're looking to actually, for the Ministry record, we're looking to slow it down a little bit as far as speed and tempo. And we're kind of going to be going for more of like a Filth Pig era.
Okay.
It's a Ministry album called Filth Pig, or Animosity, or what's the other record? Yeah, like those kinds of albums that are a little slower, a little like heavy, but in a Sabbathy kind of heavy, if that makes any sense. Just big monster riffs kind of thing, single note thing.
Driving it home, that way you're
so we're I mean, at least that's what I'm already kicking around in my head as well.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the ideas.
What's the process? How do you approach writing?
It's just trying to get whatever's in here out, and I'll usually just sit around and start just, you know how it is. Sometimes they just flow right out of you.
Yeah.
They literally just fall out and they're writing themselves.
Keep that thought. We're going to come back here in the next segment. This has been the Changing Stage Radio Show. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect.
And stay tuned.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas, and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now, with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element, affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to record on a Grammy award-winning album? Have you ever wondered what it's like to play in front of a stadium crowd? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on a world tour? I'm Jackie Bertoni, and I've played with the who's who in the music industry, and I've toured the world. Come join my world, Behind the Velvet Rope, and get into the groove on Jackie's Groove. Live 2 p.m. Mondays and available 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to the Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
All righty, it's the fourth segment of the Changing Stage radio show, powered by the Intertalk Radio Network, the worldwide leader in music business talk, and as my good friend Tim Dolbear would say, the voice of the music industry, as we're starting to be known as, or the voice of the really early on adult industry, based on what we've been talking about here today. It's too classic here, and I want to give thanks to Pitbull Audio for having us out here. We're going to be broadcasting the clinic, so you guys, we got some programming that comes up after this, so stay tuned for that. And then right at 3 o'clock, stay tuned, because we're going to be broadcasting the whole clinic, and so it's going to go worldwide today on Intertalk Radio. Mr. Sin and his mighty Blackstar amp, bringing that ministry sound to Pitbull Audio showroom. So thanks, Pitbull Audio, for having us out here and inviting us to do this. And really good friends over here. Like I said, Calvin and his crew over here are just really amazing. And I almost forgot our good friends over at SIR. I don't know if you've ever used SIR, but
of course,
SIR is one of our other sponsors.
Oh,
it's
cool.
Pretty amazing. And then we've got some other cool ones for some of the other shows, like Jackie has LP Latin percussion, because he is a percussionist, although we're trying to just turn him completely into a radio guy. And then JR with DW, which is now one company, so it's pretty cool. And so many other great good friends in companies. So we were talking about pandemonium and craziness in the other industry. I got to ask you, man, because this is rock and roll. You're basically straight edge when it comes down to the drinking and the other stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. Like our good friend Greg Allman said, don't do that stuff. But so the question is, man, what's like one of the crazy stories that just comes to mind? Sin's been on good behavior. He's been trying to avoid saying some.
My head's like exploding over here, dude. I got like smoke coming out of my ears because I've been good.
Yeah, you're gonna release it with the music, though, man. We're gonna hear it in the music. But give us a good story that you think you're comfortable sharing, because I know you've probably had some pretty crazy ones.
I mean, oh, man, there's so many there's so many stories, like different kinds of stories, fans.
You were mentioning in the break that Sasha is. That's why we keep bringing her up.
Yeah.
She's a big fan of you guys.
She is. Yeah,
and she's DJing.
She's a huge fan. But I've had girls jump up on stage with scissors, trying to cut my hair.
Ouch.
We've had, stalkers,
Not the hair.
like that kind of stuff, and one's kind of. No, I probably shouldn't tell that story here.
You're there, man. Go for it, man.
It's not. It was just the weird things that happen on tour. I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe longer. I was playing in Jersey before I was in ministry, and I was at that ballroom, something ballroom place in Jersey.
Paul's from Jersey.
No, not Starland. It's out in the middle of the woods. It's something ballroom.
I can't think of it.
They're not going to let you back to Jersey, Paul, if you don't tell me.
I've been out too long.
But anyway, I was at selling merch after our set, and this girl came up, and I was signing her poster and stuff like that. And then she asked if I was going to be spending the night there in Jersey, and I was like, I don't know, maybe. We still didn't know if we were leaving or not. And so she split, and then another woman approached, and I was doing the same thing. I was signing her stuff, and then she asked, she goes, are you spending the night here? And I said, I don't know yet. And she goes, didn't you talk to my daughter? And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm looking, and there's a girl, that girl, the first girl that approached me was back there, and I said, I just signed her stuff, and she goes, I thought that she had told you that we want to take you back home with us. And I was like, and I had to play it cool. I had to play it off this happens all the time. This is no big deal. And so stuff like that is really bizarre. That freaked me out, man. I don't know. It just freaked me out.
Yeah, that is definitely rock and roll on another different level.
That was
another universe.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy for me, especially back then because I hadn't toured as much as I have toured now.
Yeah.
But that just crazy stuff like that, man. Just everything you can imagine. Like being in the bathroom at a venue. I remember I think it was in Tempe, and I had to meet somebody in the front, and it was my mistake. I went through the crowd, and this is on a ministry tour, and I had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom, the public bathroom, and I'm at the urinal, and this guy's like standing right here, and I could just feel him like looking at me, and when I'm at a urinal, man, I'm like this, you know what I mean? I don't even want to look at myself in there, and so this guy's like staring at me. He's like, dude, oh my God, Sin. He's like, dude, you gotta do a line with me, and Grant, I'm peeing, okay, and this guy breaks out a credit card, puts cocaine on it, and is like putting it in my face as I'm peeing, and I'm like, dude, I'm kind of busy right now. I mean, not that you would do it
exactly,
anyway. But I was just, dude, crazy stuff. Like, it's insane out there, dude.
Yeah, this industry. Do you think that's going to be indicative for the industry in the future, or was that the past?
I still get that. I mean, it still happens, man. Yeah. That kind of stuff just is crazy. And I mean, you meet when it comes to fans, man. I mean, we've had pictures backstage of people that are not allowed, like, because they'll follow us, and they're like, if you see this person, stop them, do not let them, like stalkers and just crazy stuff, dude. And everybody wants to like be your friend and party with you, and everybody wants to do drugs with you. And like, I remember this one time in Canada, I did the same thing. I went through the crowd. There was a bar at the lobby of this venue, and this guy stops me, and he's freaking out, and because I'm there, and he's like, dude, you have to do a shot with me. And I always take on the road. I always like take it, like people offer me drinks. I take them because I feel like I'm rude if I don't. I don't want to go through the whole I don't drink and all that stuff. Yeah. So I just take it, and then I take it back. And my guitar tech loves me because he ends up with all my stuff. And so I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, I wanted to go backstage, but he's like, dude, I'm going to get you the shot. And he goes, what do you want? And I don't even know how to order a shot. Like, I don't even know. I was like, whatever you're getting. So he orders whatever. And we're at the bar, and there's tables around us and stuff. And so he gives me the shot, and I was like, all right, dude, thanks, man. And he goes, no. He's like, you have to do it here with me. And I'm like, dude, I really have to go backstage. Like, they're waiting for me. And he goes, no. He goes, you have to do it with me. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to get out of this now, right?
Yeah.
So I just thought, okay, count to 3, dude. So we count to 3, and on 3, I threw the drink over my shoulder. And I slammed the shot down on the bar, and I'm like making faces and like grunting like I know what the hell I'm talking about. But what's funny is all behind me were people sitting at tables looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with this asshole? Like, you got Tourette's or something, like. And so I got out of it. The guy bought it. He didn't see it because he didn't see when
I'm gonna have to he was taking a shot at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have to use that, man.
That's the closest.
I get that too, man. People always want you to drink, not from a rock star standpoint, but drink with me. No, I don't do that. No. I'm gonna use that one, man. That's awesome.
That was the closest I've ever been to actually having to take an actual.
Wow,
drink.
wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's been too short, but we're going to be coming to a clinic here in about an hour, so I know we're going to be prepping before that. We got about a minute left, man. What's your advice for this young generation coming up, and how do they handle this business, man, in 1 minute?
Wow. In 1 minute. Yeah. What my advice to young kids starting out and anybody that wants to make it, my advice is to write. I always try to encourage kids to write.
Yeah.
For me, I never really learned to play covers growing up.
Yeah.
Because I was too focused on writing.
Yeah.
And thank God that's what landed me a lot of the gigs that I got was because I was able to write. A lot of my buddies, ended up just in bar bands or whatever, which is cool. That's great. But they wanted to continue, but they didn't have those, those skills. So I always say write. Try to write.
Try to write. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
It's not enough time, but we're going to get a chance to
watch some Sasha Grey movies.
That inspiration. There you go. This has been the Changing Stage Radio Show, powered by the mighty Intertalk Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in music business talk. Again, thanks to Pitbull here for having us. We're going to be having a great, awesome clinic. Tune in. We'll be posting this soon.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page, mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to record on a Grammy award-winning album? Have you ever wondered what it's like to play in front of a stadium crowd? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on a world tour? I'm Jackie Bertoni, and I've played with the who's who in the music industry, and I've toured the world. Come join my world, behind the velvet rope, and get into the groove on Jackie's Groove. Live 2 p.m. Mondays and available 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas, and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now, with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element, affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs.
Which sandwich is healthy and tasty? Which sandwich can come on bread or in a bowl? Which sandwich comes 51 different ways, so it's always your way? A which sandwich. Stop into our shop in Hazard Center. We're upstairs from the Hazard Center Digiplex. Bring in your movie ticket. We will add a free drink and chips to your sandwich order. Or order online at which.com, and we will have it ready and waiting. WHICHWICH. Which.com.